we're going to get started. So welcome to the Creative Entrepreneur Accelerator Grant information session for the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council. It's a lot of words. So we're going to talk a little bit about the grant, some eligibility, how the grant can be used, how to apply, and just the overall process. And then we'll take some minutes or a few minutes at the end to answer some questions. And we'll have some links in the chat for you for some additional information as well. All right, so let's get started. All right. So welcome to the Creative Entrepreneur Accelerator program. I am Mona Wiley, and I am the program specialist at the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council. That email right there is how you can get a hold of me, and that is grants@pittsburghartscouncil.org. The Arts Council supports the time, talent, and work of artists, culture bearers, art educators, art workers, and art organizations by reinforcing an environment so that ambitions, imagination, innovation, and risk-taking can thrive in the Greater Pittsburgh region. I'm here to introduce you to this grant that we administer that might be of interest to the creatives in the room. So why a creative grant program for creative entrepreneurs? The new strategy plan from the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts focused primarily on arts practice and art businesses by providing a pathway for creative entrepreneurs to grow their businesses strategically and help them foster thriving communities in Pennsylvania. We, as well as the PCA, are also committed to the overarching values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And to do so, we ensure that 51% of the funds available are distributed in this program that were reserved for BIPOC individuals or those who serve BIPOC communities or individuals whose income falls below the federal poverty income line. Last few years, we've actually been administrating this particular grant, and that number keeps growing. So we're really, really proud of that. All right, so the grant program goals are fairly simple, but really important. They are to help individual artists transform arts practice into viable businesses, and to support BIPOC and/or entrepreneurs who are in or whose work benefits socially or economically disadvantaged communities, and to stimulate local economies by starting new and creative businesses. Creative industry is really important and growing rapidly, and we are here to support that. So as a creative entrepreneur, you are a leader on the pathway to recovery and increased opportunity in our rapidly changing environment. The Creative Entrepreneur Accelerator Grant Program provides entrepreneurs with small business consulting and up to $2,000 in critical financial resources to grow that business and revenue. Funding for the grant program comes from the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. They give us the funding. We re-grant it out to creative entrepreneurs in Allegheny, Beaver, Greene, and Washington counties. So some eligibility criteria. One of the main ones is that you have to be 18 years of age or older and living in one of those 4 counties. Now, the PCA does offer this grant to all counties in Pennsylvania. However, the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council only re-grants to Allegheny, Beaver, Greene, and Washington. So if you live outside of those counties, email me and I will give you your point of contact for your county. The next eligibility Criteria is funds must support business formation development. So if you haven't started a business, this is a great opportunity to do so. Or operation, and that does not include salaries and wages. And we're going to get into a little bit more how you can spend that money. And the grant amount is $2,000. And you actually have 1 year to spend it. You also must be operating in one or more of the following creative industries. Now, this list is this list was determined by the PCA and a lot of other organizations and groups for creative industries. And each one, it's broken down into categories, and each one has different jobs within it. So there are some examples of it. A couple of the new ones that just got added. Tattoo artist is the newest one that just got added. That has been something that the PPA partners, so folks like us that manage this grant, been really advocating for tattoo artists to be part of the of this grant. And the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts finally heard our plea, and so now we're including it. All right, so we're looking at marketing, architecture, visual arts, designs, all your basic big categories, and then all the examples with it. So these are some of the eligible expenses that you can use the grant for. Professional fees for workshops. What's really wonderful about this grant is that it is not incredibly restrictive in that you can use it for things like business development fees, for professional fees for workshops and consulting and career coaching. So if you are a new business starting out, you can actually use the funding to your consultant to help elevate you to the next step. Participation in events, trade shows, festivals that offer access to audiences and revenue generation potential. So think things like festival fees, you can apply towards that. Business development fees or courses. Research and development, if you need to do some research in your business or creative path, can also be used for that. Marketing and promotion. This is one of the very few grants that does provide funding for marketing and promotion. And we've seen that be really helpful in the past for a lot of our creative entrepreneurs. Development or upgrades to technology related to business practices. This is also very important and very helpful for a lot of our creative entrepreneurs, because if you are functioning and you need to upgrade a piece of equipment, it is actually really helpful to do so. Video rehearsal or retail space rentals can be an eligible expense under this grant. And then reasonable fees for supporting collaborating with other artists, and the purchases of supplies and equipment. So these are eligible expenses. Non-eligible expenses are activities outside of the grant period. So like I said, you have about a year to spend down the money. And within that year, we do some various check-ins. And so it'll start, the grant opens, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. The grant opens January 15th and will close February 12th. Those are the numbers, February 12th. And the grant period won't begin till April of 2024, and it'll end April 2025, and it will end May of 2026. Ineligible expenses are also activities that have a religious purpose, payments to lobbyists, activities for which academic credit is given, and hospitality, food and beverages. So you can't really throw a party with this grant, and salaries or wages for agents of the business. So the grant cannot be used for salaries or wages. Contracting is an eligible expense for a short-term contract. So if you need to hire 2 folks to help move equipment from one festival to the next, that could be an eligible expense. All right. All righty. So a little bit about the application process. So before you apply to the CEA program, we do highly recommend that you learn about the program. So you hopefully have gone to our website and found us there, or through our social media. But reviewing the Creative Entrepreneur Accelerator program guidelines and eligibility criteria, it's like a 3 or 4 page document that'll have a little bit more detail about the nuances and the little things that you must do or know before you apply. But before applying, you need to download the referral form for the CEA grant, which is on our website. And you need to reach out to a referral coordinator. So you arrange a meeting with one of our referral coordinators, and these are small business administration counselors. Sometimes they're called counselors. And this is a service that is at no cost to you. So you receive consultation services from these folks to help you with your business plan, your business model, to give you feedback on your financial projections. So they kind of work with you in the beginning on creating a viable business model or improving or upgrading your business in order to be eligible for this grant. So you work with them, it's free of charge. And once you apply for the grant, or if you choose not to apply for the grant, they still remain with you. So you can always still contact them for future consultation. We highly recommend that you reach out to them and meet with them now, not wait until January, not wait until December. We have a few weeks of working with your business consultant or your referral coordinator. That cutoff date is December 13th. So you have from now till then to reach out to them to set up an appointment. Once you complete the referral form, you have your business plan, your referral form is signed, and the application is open January 15th. Then you come back to our website and you click the apply link now. A grant page. And it's a few pages of questions, and then you will need to submit your referral form, your business plan, and then other documentation such as your financial projections or your financial statements. And that's all included in the application. I did want to inform you that the Creative Entrepreneur Accelerator program is a first come, first serve program. So the funds will be replenished by the PCA on a to be determined cycle. We are provided with a specific amount of money, and I believe, to look back and double check, but I believe we have funding for 40 or 44 applications. So this is a first come, first serve program. That is why it is really important for you to start working with your referral coordinator now so that you have all your documents in order for when the grant opens January 15th to try to get that in as soon as possible. So the deadline for the application is February 12th, 2025, opens January 15th. Last year, we had also 40 or 44, getting all my fours confused, grant awards, and we had over 100 applications. So this is a really popular grant. We receive a lot of applications for it, so try to get it in as soon as possible. All right. So the evaluation process, at any time, all applicants can receive support from their referral coordinator. The referral coordinators will assist and evaluate your business plan. And then after conducting that review of the business plan, they sign off on your referral. And we do have examples on our website of a sample business plan. I will let you know that I know a lot of resources tell you that a lean business plan will get you there. The PCA does not feel that lean business plans provide a good snapshot of your business model. So we are asking for beyond the lean. And the lean business plan, if you're not aware, is like a one-page business plan. We're looking for a little bit more than that. So if you do go to our website and look up the sample business plan, you'll see it broken down into different sections. And if you follow that format, you should be able to create a really solid business plan that gives us insight into your business and gives us a whole picture of what that is. And your referral coordinator will be able to work with you as well. A viable business plan demonstrates the following things. So the understanding of your product or service, the understanding of your target consumer or your audience, a plan to reach your target audience or consumer, a clear budget for 1 year of operation using the funds. So it is important to show us how you plan on using these funds. And then the goals, benchmarks, and metrics to evaluate that success. All right, our referral coordinators are from the following, and we can link that in the chat with their actual contact information as well, but that is all located on our grant page. So Chatham University, University of Pittsburgh, and Bridgeway Capital are our three referral coordinator organizations. I have Bridgeway marked on here. If you are just starting out and you don't have a business plan yet, or you have a very early draft of a business plan, I would recommend using the Chatham University or the University of Pittsburgh referral coordinators, because they will work with you from the beginning to develop and evaluate your business. If you already have a business or already have a solid business plan, Bridgeway Capital is your contact. They will go over it with you. They will work towards goals of increasing business growth and things like that. So if you already have a solid business plan, Bridgeway Capital is your referral coordinator. And if you're just starting out, Chatham University or the University of Pittsburgh, those are going to be your best choices. All right, so we've got to the question section. We went through that fairly quickly. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. I see, oh my.
Questions.
20 questions in the chat. So I want to scroll back up here and we're going to go through those, okay? So there's a link there for the program. Okay, one of the questions was, are theater practitioners included? Yes, that falls under music and entertainment. Question from the chat, can it be an expense reimbursement for equipment already purchased? No. We do not do reimbursements for previous purchases because one of the things that must happen is it must happen within that grant period. So from April to May, April 25, May 26. And in addition to that 1 year of using the funding, you will actually need to save all of your receipts, because you'll turn those to us. We turn those into the state. And we'll also be working with Bridgeway Capital to create what is called a business growth ladder. So at the end, instead of completing a final report, there used to be an entire report that folks needed to complete. Now we work with Bridgeway Capital, and it's almost like a survey where you answer some questions on how much growth occurred in that year with these funding. How did it affect your business? Did you Were you able to increase your sales? Things like that. But we will need all of your receipts. So no, we cannot reimburse for previous purchases. Can it be used to pay for a lawyer to create the LLC? Yes. Because that falls under professional fees. Where is it? Yeah, it would be for professional fees, career coaching, things like that. Yes. Form. Question. Thanks for everybody's patience for going through all these questions. Will the questions for the application be available before January 15th so we can pre-write and submit early? I do believe that there is a preview option, but I do have to double check that. So if you would like to possibly email me that question, and I'll bring my email back up here, but you want to email me that question so that I have it at the top of my inbox. I can find that information out. All right, referral coordinators. Personal address is Butler County, but business address is Allegheny. Ooh, that's a great question. All right, so that Noah, this down, but please email me this question and I will look into that. I think I've had that question before. The address. That is all the questions that were in the chat. Does anyone have any other questions? If you do, feel free to unmute or possibly raise your hand, whatever you're comfortable with. Yes.
Hi. I'm Jamie. I'm the artistic director of Ensemble Actors Studio and Theater in Pittsburgh, and I'm wondering, would an acting studio / theater company qualify?
Is it privately owned by you? Okay. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to give you an incorrect answer, but maybe we can hop on a call or you can email me and we can kind of look into this a little bit further. But
Sure.
that is a really good question. Yeah. So email me and we'll set up an appointment to chat.
Thank
because
you.
I don't exactly know that answer yet.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. That's a really great question.
I could use some help.
All right. Other questions? I hope this was helpful for folks and that you were able to receive some information between now and January or even after January 15th. Please, if you have any questions at all, email me. We understand that, you know, these documents and this information isn't all very like black and white. It's not all cut and dry. Like, you know, we can't point to one thing and say it is this and that's it. So there are some creative entrepreneur businesses that are very unique. And then in those cases, we do have to go back to the state and say, hey, what would this qualify? Would this not qualify? So even though we've been doing this for years, we still have to ask those questions. So ask me, email me if you're not sure if you're eligible or not, and we'll walk through that process together. All right, so this will be recorded and emailed out. And again, if you need any information, all of it's on our website, and you can always feel free to email me. Thank you so much for attending, and I hope to see your applications in the future.